So for some reason, adding to the weird things that Gangstalkers do to deceive themselves, and Gangstalkers have now decided to start using the word gaslighting in every sentence, in every article, and everything they talk about. Gaslighting, all the time. Before, they wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But now for some reason, their leaders, their gods, their demons, their spirit guides, whatever it is, has now instructed them, forced them, coerced them to use that word. And it's very interesting, as that's one of the main things that Gangstalkers do. They gaslight you completely. They harass you, and you confront them, and they say, "What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. That's talking you." All day long. This is their code of conduct. This is their agenda. This is their instructions. These are by default. So the fact that they're starting to use the word is, I didn't know what to think of it. I thought it was very strange. Is that supposed to, like, the first step to realize you guys have been deceived are to being honest about yourselves. So it's like the devil's self-destructing. What's going on? Like, what does that mean? They will sit there and lie and make it seem like, oh, we're not lying, we're not gaslighting, we're not. Just everything back to back is just lies. They won't admit what they're saying, what they're doing, what they say, nothing. But for some reason, they now want to use the word gaslighting. Like, I don't get it. I can't understand it. What is that supposed to mean? Like, yes, that's what you people do. I was starting to think they were doing that because of the video I made with the gang stalking neighbors, and I said that she was gaslighting me, saying that, what? We're not banging on the wall. That's gaslighting. Gaslighting is different from lying. And what Gangstalkers do, anytime there's an instance where someone lies, they say, oh, they're gaslighting us. First of all, gaslighting is different from lying. But their higher-ups told them to use it, whenever you felt like it, just use the word. Gaslighting has a specific intent of trying to make someone think they're going crazy. And all the ways these Gangstalkers are using it is just like casually. Even the Google search shows that people are looking more about that word. Or I don't even know. What is the point of all this stuff these people do? I know this is what cults love to do. So I think that what Gangstalkers are doing is that they want to use like the word gaslighting to dilute its meaning, to dilute what it means. That's what cults do. They change words, and I do know that they do that mess a lot. Cults can have literal dictionaries, because they make new words, new meanings for it. And I think that's what these people are trying to do, because they know good and well that they are gaslighting and they don't like to admit what they do. So what they do is that they tell their people, okay guys, they're using the word gaslighting. Oh, gaslighting? Doesn't that sound like what we're doing? No, it just means that someone's lying. No, gaslighting is a different type of sinister act. Lying is bad, but gaslighting is like manipulative, just straight manipulative. And I do want to elaborate further on where gaslight actually comes from, because Gangstalkers have not the slightest clue where it comes from, where it originated. All they know is that they were told to use it. Okay, let's use it. Basically, it comes from a 1938 film called Gaslight, where a husband wants to drive his wife mad and dims the gaslights in the house, tells his wife she has imagined it. He uses this and various other methods to convince her she is going crazy. So, How is this like lying? They just sit there and they just start using words. They don't know what they're talking about. It's not the only instance where they just say stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. They just monkey see, monkey do. They give instructions and they carry out. And basically, they're just trying to water down the meaning just so it can mean that anybody that lies. When it's more deeper than that, gaslighting is what gangstalkers do. They do so much and they sit there and pretend like, oh, no, we're not stalking you. Literally banging on my wall back in my apartment. And I sit there and confront them. That's not us. Like, all these people, to be straight up, they just sit there, you use a word like gaslighting to describe them, they sit there and they deflect. This is a pretty much perfect example of deflection. Deflection. This is just gang stalking, deflection. They sit there, they deflect. They deflect the gaslighting. So now they're deflecting it. You call them stalkers, they deflect it. You say that they're obsessed, they deflect it. Everything they start deflecting. Like, I have literal proof. I call these people, one prime example of this, I call these people, they literally exact act like the literal Nazis. I said that years ago. And what did they do? They deflected. And they said, no, she's a Nazi. With no proof, nothing. And everyone's like, yeah, she is. How? How can a black person? You know what? But I know why. It's because I said they were. But from my videos, from my channel, it's been seen that I've been using the word gaslighting from the very beginning years ago. So, man, these people need to get their life together.